all you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real emo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo.
Stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. That's a stay woke, real emo. Stay woke.
Yeah, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a true name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sega Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front their blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real emo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me, I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony, ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real emo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo.
You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Old Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2974 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you All right, fam, welcome to 2974, hashtag Gain Train. Today, we are all aboard. We are choo-chooing all aboard the train of gains. If you're ready to make sick fucking gains, you're in the right place. Make sure you use the hashtag GainTrain in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give this away at the end of today's episode. And of course, check out all the amazing stuff that we got going on over there at papaswolio.com. We have 20% off the entire site. And I do mean the entire site. So go and check out all the new merch drops. We got 20% off everything. We got a bunch of new designs. Just scrolling through a couple of these. Posted a video today on Instagram with the brand new "This is my pride flag," and it's getting critical acclaim. So make sure you pick up all these amazing new drops, and everything is 20% off. So lift heavy shit. We got a lot of new merch to cop over there. Go check it out, papaswolio.com. Let's get into those first Swole Fam posts. Are you ready, beaches? Let's get into some Swole Fam posts. It's time for the tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. First post of the day is from Christian.
What's in the box?
Christian, you are on the Sleazecast. Christian says, flex freaking Friday in honor of our Swole Angel. Today's pump was a sweaty upper body workout. Love this shirt. Have a great Swole weekend, fam. Oh, we love it. We love it. Even heaven has leg days, indeed. Love the shirt, love the smile, love the gains. We got a response from our accountability text that we send out every week. Emily says, going to work on consistency, and even when life gets in the way, making myself a priority. Good intentions, again, get more specific, right? So how is Emily, if you're listening, when you set goals for the week or for the day, how are you working on consistency? When you give a vague answer to that question that I ask every single week, when you give a vague answer to me, you're giving a vague answer to yourself, which gives you a lot of leeway to make excuses and to justify poor decisions. That's that negative voice in your head. The negativity, as Stephen Pressfield accurately portrayed it as, quote, the resistance. I like that book, and I love the mindset of it. Of course, resistance is what we do in the gym. We're lifting resistance, but that resistance is always there. That negative voice, that small voice that's always telling you to fuck off. It's always there. So going to work on consistency. Consistency of what? Just saying. And this is not to criticize. Look, I think it's very important. I think it's very important to break down these responses, because if you're just posting up in the Telegram chat, whatever, we'll read it, but I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. So I think Emily is doing great, but I think Emily can do a lot better, because remember what you're responding. This is the voice inside your head. Working on consistency is vague, gives you a lot of excuses. You can create this whatever architecture in your mind to justify any decisions if you say something vague like that. So yes, I agree. Make yourself a priority, but get specific. How are you going to make yourself a priority, Emily? So this week, right? This week, when I say this week, what are you working on? What are you focusing on? Okay. You're making yourself a priority. Great. How are you going to make yourself a priority? Make sense? I think so. Thank you for responding, Emily, and definitely follow up with that. We got one from Mark. Love this. I'm going to zoom into the text first, and then we'll get into the pictures because that's legit. Mark says, got my package in before the 4th. Can't wait to rock the American Eagle on America's birthday. But I'm also happy about the stickers I got to put on my meat locker, aka my meat castle, which is his freezer. Thank you, Facebook Marketplace. I'll put up some more pics as the week progresses. And of course, you got the Fuck Average Swole Fam shirt, the Papa Swolio 2024. We got the beard logo, got some stickers, Swole Foods, look at my meat. And what he was talking about, his meat freezer. We should do that. Oh, fam, what do you think? We should do that. We should start a thread of your meat haul. Everyone can take a picture of their meat. I have to be careful with that. If I post that on X, I'm going to get a lot of dick pics in the comments. So maybe I should be more specific. Take a picture of your meat. Show us your meat. I think that's going to go wrong. I take that back. You guys are sick. Anyway, your meat looks good, Mark. Mark, your meat looks delicious and thick. It looks great. It looks great. Everyone's going to be just posting up. Anyway, I'm rocking the same shirt. I'm rocking the American Eagle, the go to the fucking gym, the Papa Eagle, Papa Swolio Eagle. That's a great shirt. So good picture. And we got 2 more accountability text responses. This one, and when I zoom in on one picture, that's why sometimes it's not sized properly. There's nothing I can do about that because I zoom in on one, so the next one zoomed in or zoomed out, whatever. Michael says, just trying not to ruminate on the negative. This is accountability text. Staying ahead of my assignments in vocational rehabilitation and go to all of my doctor's appointments. I've been struggling with social anxiety and the urge to hide, going to try and go outside more. I agree, you should. Don't try to go outside more. Again, let's get specific. You have to get specific, Michael. So that's good. You're in a good place, and you're in the Swole Fam, so we got your back. The not ruminating on the negative, that's practice. So meditation, mindfulness, practice your brain gains. Yes, stay ahead of your assignments, whatever you have to do, go to your appointments, but you need to set that schedule for going outside. Whether it's a 5-minute walk, it might be leave the house, walk for 2.5 minutes and walk back for 2.5 minutes, or walk for 5 minutes. And the 5 minutes can't be like in a circle. It has to be a distance or whatever that is. And then just do that regularly. That small little bit, and then make it a little bit longer, whatever that is. Just make it that consistent habit, right? So anytime you say, I'm going to try, think about this. Again, think about what that means. Going to try. I'm going to try to work out more. Think of how vague that is. So if I say, I'm going to try and work out more, it doesn't even say, I'm not even saying I'm going to work out more. I'm saying I'm going to try to. What does that mean? You're going to hopefully think about working out more, or are you going to do it? I am going to work out more. What am I going to do? Or what am I going to do? I'm going to try and go outside more. No, go outside. I'm going to go outside for 5 minutes and do that every day. And then go outside for 10 minutes. And then go outside or go somewhere for 15 minutes. Yeah? All right, Mike. Mike says, accountability text, last one. We'll get into some emails. After a painful 3 weeks of dealing with my father's passing, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. I will get back on track with nutrition by doing carnivore. I will get back on track by doing Max Swole. It says he typed it wrong. AMX Swole. That sounds pretty cool. AMX Swole. That sounds pretty dope. And doing brain gains each morning to center my thinking and mentality. All right. Very good. Very good. Good man. Good man. Now, I would like to see, again, doing brain gains each morning. When in the morning? How long? Okay, this is how you have to get specific. So each morning, is it first thing? Cool. Then you have to have your area where you sit, your chair, your meditation spot, brain gains, whatever, loaded up, everything ready to go. 5 minutes. How long? 10 minutes? Every day? Or, right? What time in the morning after you have... This is what you have to do. Right? Read that book, Atomic Habits. It's great. But you need to really have that set flow. Got to get that set flow. Got to get it. All right. Good stuff, Mike. And everyone, thank you for responding. We got 2 responses. I sent out an email. So you go to makeemailswoleagain.com if you want to get on the email list. This one's responding to what do I eat? All right. That's the email title that I sent out. So we got some responses. I'm not going to read what I wrote in the email. You have to get on the email list. But what do I eat? Responding. Carson says, the reason I loved the idea of the elimination diet is because of the nutrition science contradictions. There is so much research out where one study contradicts another, but it's all law because science, right? It couldn't be possible that given people came from different parts of the world, diets were limited to foods in that area, and now that we all have access to all foods, some work better than others. I love that I was able to customize my nutrition to what worked best for me. What did I find when I did the elimination diet? I didn't have any real negative reactions to any foods. Alcohol was the reason for my acid reflux and is just an overall bad product. I still eat mostly what I was eating during my elimination diet, simply for the simplicity of it. I know I will have eggs and butter and deer sausage for breakfast. I know I will eat a pound of grass-fed ground beef at lunch, and I can pick between pasture-raised chicken and salmon for dinner. When I reach a place where I'm ready to be in a surplus, I will start throwing in more fruit, rice, and tested veggies into my diet. The mental energy spent on calories in, calories out before the elimination was 9 out of 10 times why I failed. Starve or eat crap because I was unprepared. Now I eat the same thing happily, knowing it's food I enjoy, and I don't have to question whether it's healthy enough for me. Exactly. That's all it is. You test things, and then you eat that way. That's it. And again, I will say for the umpteenth time, if that's even a number, I am not anti-calories in, calories out. But there are so many accounts, influencers, PhDs, whatever you want to call it, that only lean on that because it's easy. Oh, it's math, but my math. Well, you can eat a slight calorie deficit or maintenance or surplus with garbage foods, and you're going to have a lot of health problems. So by far, calories in, calories out is the least interesting or the least important thing to focus on. If you're eating nutrient-dense food, good luck overeating, especially if you're lifting weights, if you're working on your sleep, if you're meditating, if you're doing all these things, if you're going for a walk or getting a little exercise or a little mobility after eating so you can aid in digestion. These things are just better habits. And if you're eating quality foods, good luck overeating. Good luck getting fat when you're lifting weights and you're eating properly. It's hard. It's really hard. You have to be stuffing your face and to feel like you're throwing up with nutritiously dense food. You might be able to do that with soda or ice cream or things like that, but you're going to have a lot of other problems. So again, calories in, calories out, sure, thermodynamics, but we all know that if you're being an honest broker, you know that the quality of the food matters and is so much more of a factor than just the quantity, because that's going to be factor into how much you can actually possibly eat. And yeah, there are foods that are just nutrient void. They're high in calories and they're just void of any nutrition. That's why you're always chronically hungry. You crash because it gets into your bloodstream and it spikes your insulin like crazy, and you get all these calories, but your body is, where's my vitamin this, vitamin? You just still have cravings because you're just malnutritioned. Lena on the same email, what do I eat? Lena says, hi, I am trying to eat, she wrote like a poem here. I am trying to eat animal protein, full. Should we do like slam poetry? Full, fat, dairy, and bone broth. I don't eat any vegetables or fruits. My goal is to heal. All right, I want to read it like that. It's written like that though. Hi, I'm trying to eat animal protein, full fat, dairy, and bone broth. I don't eat any vegetables or fruits. My goal is to heal my body as I have some fat on my body that needs to be removed. and I have some pain in my back that I hope will go away. The hardest part is the social aspect, as the relatives do not understand at all, but think that oatmeal and vegetables are essential to life. So a couple things here. Yeah, it's not just your relatives. I get it. No one understands these things. When you start talking about nutrition, whether it's nutrition or politics, or if you pay attention, you realize how many people are just in the dark, happily in the dark, retarded, and all the above. So you start seeing the patterns. When we talk about Bitcoin, we talk about proper nutrition, we talk about training, 7 pillars, we talk about any of these things. When you're actually paying attention to reality, you realize how many people are just ignorant and they talk like they know things. And there are a lot of people that know things, they know the wrong things, and they talk like they know things. Like they talk like they're correct. Most people, especially on social media, they just completely wall off and everything that they say is 100% accurate. Now, like I always say, I will adjust my opinions based on information that comes up, but it has to be objectively, it has to have foundation in reality and evidence. And not just evidence, it just has to fit the whole paradigm of logic also. Let's not make stupid decisions based on just irrational confidence. Okay, so anyway, you have to, that sounds like a great approach. The goal to heal my body, have some fat that needs to be removed. I'm hoping, Lena, that you're lifting weights, You're not just doing the nutrition and hoping your pain's going to go away, yoga and things like that. Really appreciate the response. Oatmeal, my opinion, my experience. I used to eat oatmeal. I used to be the guy that would put egg whites in oatmeal and microwave it. It's gross. It's just peasant food. It's disgusting for a reason. Try eating plain oatmeal. It's absolutely nauseating. It's eating fucking wood. Get some nutrient-dense food in your life. Let's get into some questions. All right, fam. Fuck oatmeal. Carrots, carrots, kale, oatmeal. They can all live on the same island together. All right, let's get into some questions. You got a live question, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. We will only take questions in the live chat with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. If you want to call into the show, askpapaswolio.com to call into the show. We got one here from Lalu Ramos. Lalu. Papaswolio, exercises for abs and how long it takes to see results. Thinking emoji. I go to the fucking gym 6 days a week. Cool. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're eating, you're sleeping, your caloric consumption, probably the quality of the foods. Exercise for abs will not help you see the abs. They'll develop the muscles, but you're not going to get massive hypertrophy in the abdominal region. Anyway, how long it takes to see results, it might take forever. You might never see your abs because your hormones suck, your sleep sucks, your nutrition sucks, you're not lifting weights enough. You don't necessarily need to lift heavy weights, but it's going to help you for overall body fat composition. So you can go to the gym 7 days a week and never see your abs. It's not about how much you go. But good for you. I'm glad you go, but you need to make sure that you're focusing on those other things. So check us out, swolenormousx.com. Download the 7 pillars. It's for free over there. And we'll help you figure your shit out. All right, more questions. Let's see. Julia Presi. Papaswolio, did you take your creatine today? I did. Every morning, first thing. Every morning, first thing. I always take my creatine. Always. Day. Certainly says oatmeal tastes like shit. It's animal feed. Yeah, it's gross. Nicole Sings Song says, ate overnight oats in college a lot. Made me so bloated. Yeah, for sure. Sassy Shine says, when I lived in the bush, I only had plain oatmeal some days and I was not healthy, but I survived. Peasant food is right. Yeah, I mean, it'll stay. If you're doing stuff like that, I guess you're out in the middle of nowhere, it'll not rot as quickly, I suppose. We're not going to go deep on this because we talk about it a lot, but JD Kissinger 21 on Instagram, Papaswolio, what do you think of CrossFit? I'll give you the short, the TLDR. CrossFit has been great for fitness equipment, for the industry. It's gotten a lot more people involved with training. It's also caused a lot of injuries, and I don't think it is. It depends on how it's implemented, but generally it's not ideal for the average person. Quite the opposite, maybe for military police, fire that have specific needs and specific things that they do need to prepare for. But for the average person, for the average CrossFit, quote, gym, it's going to be implemented poorly and it's high risk without necessarily integrating the other factors of, like we talk about here, the 7 pillars: proper nutrition, longevity, mobility, proper periodization, and program design. So if you think I need to get in shape, let me do what, and I saw some people running around on pavement around a what would you call it? Like a storage unit. So it's, I mean, there's a lot of ways to train, but you have to understand though, what are you trying to train for? What is the result that you want? If you want to get better at doing CrossFit stuff, then yeah, you have to do CrossFit stuff to get better at that. You can do those things. You should be able to do pull-ups. You should be able to climb a rope. You just don't have to do all these things randomly in a single workout for time, is my point. So I think you should have the ability. You should be able to swim. You should be able to climb a rope. You should be able to do pull-ups. You should be able to do push-ups. You should be able to do these things that can save your own life. So it shouldn't just be like, I look good in the mirror. It should also be, you know, how you're able to move in ways that are necessary for you to play with your kids and bend down and pick something up heavy and reach up overhead and have balance. You should have that capacity. And the risk reward is just not there for recommendations, just for the majority of people. Yeah, most massage therapists and physical therapists call CrossFit job security. If you have other experiences, look, there are people that own CrossFit gyms that can be very knowledgeable about the human body and Olympic lifting and stuff like that. And you might go to it. Maybe you want to get into Olympic lifting, you know, snatches and cleans and stuff. And you go to a CrossFit gym and there's a guy who owns a CrossFit gym that is a highly qualified, very knowledgeable Olympic lifting coach. Okay, but I mean, that's not how you're going to build muscle and lose and get lean and improve your mobility or certain things like that. It might, to an extent, but in other words, I'm not saying they don't have knowledgeable people at some places, but we're talking overall. So you might have individual ones that are better than others in terms of training or programming or giving you what you would require as an individual. J Money on Rumble says, I saw something one time that said, if you can't do a pull-up, you won't be able to pull yourself over a cliff. Yeah, or off the edge of a building, or think about it. Some people have houses where maybe you have two stories or 3. You have a house, and what if there's a fire and you have to run upstairs because your house is on fire. The ground level's on fire. You made it to the stairs. Your kids are on the 2nd or 3rd floor of your house. You know, maybe it's a 2-story house, whatever. And you have to get out. And of course, you're going to go in and make sure your children are okay. What are you going to do? You have to, tie a sheet or climb out the side of a window and dangle and hang there with one arm and drop them on the ground, or you're going to have to get them out. So of course, a lot of people might have that adrenaline rush, and you don't go to the gym every day, but you're able to survive. Point is, that's something that you have to keep in mind. You need to be able to be strong enough to lift something off your child, or there's extreme situations that will come up. And if you're trained and you're strong, you're able to overcome them. Yeah, a broken leg is better than burning alive. Absolutely, of course. So in other words, you're more capable. That's the point. J Money, best ways to improve shoulder mobility. Swinging a club, Persian meals, maces, any kind of steel club swinging, yoga. Of course, there's a lot of shoulder exercise, mobility exercise I can't break down in detail here, but dead hangs are fantastic. Ben Quisson, Papa Swolio, hello, I'm not morbidly obese, but I'm kind of fat. I don't have a gym membership, but I have dumbbells at home. What is your recommended hours per day and days per week to work out and lose weight? You can lose weight without lifting. You shouldn't, but you can. So I don't have any recommended hours per day and days per week. Depends on what you have and how you're going to do and how hard you train. So that really depends. You need to get on a good program, and we have them inside Swolenormous X. So I would recommend checking out the website. We have an app coming later this summer, so it's going to be great for you to access all the yoga and mobility. But you could do that. You could do mobility. You don't need a lot of equipment for mobility. You could do body weight stuff, and with the dumbbells, you could do yoga without any equipment. But you need to make sure that you are doing a upper lower split or a total body split and you're training intensely with dumbbells, you might not have the weight for certain exercise that's going to overload enough. You might have to do higher reps, but you need to make sure that you're on a program that's progressively overloading your body and eating properly. So an elimination diet and testing the foods, and that's going to absolutely help you lose fat. So good for you. Good for you. Let's see. Telegram chat. Elizabeth, Papa Swole, do you know the benefits of taurine for women? I don't. I've actually heard some negative things about taurine recently. I haven't paid much attention, but I'm seeing it mixed with creatine and being marketed to women and wondering if it's worth it. I'm beginning my own research, but curious on your thoughts. I've heard some negative things about taurine. I don't believe I've ever taken it as a supplement. I'm trying to think back. It definitely wasn't recently if I ever tried adding it to anything. I know it's in some energy drinks, but I've heard some bad. It's funny that you mentioned that. I feel like I've read or looked at some stuff where taurine is a no-no, or they're not sure about it. There's some negative side effects. I don't take it, so I'd be very skeptical and do a lot more research on it first. But that's my first inkling. I feel like it was something recently that I was reading about taurine. I just don't take it, and I don't really, so I wasn't paying attention too much, but I think it was talking about some bad stuff. Irene R. Portero. I was like, Irene. Papa Swole. Oh, give me Matt Damon.
I got hairy legs.
Papa Swole, how do you feel about intermittent fasting for losing weight while keeping muscles? Doesn't matter. It's not really super important. Look, unless you're actually doing fasting, I don't think not eating until 2 or 4, it's not going to make a difference. And I will tell you why. You may have benefits from longer periods of fasting or doing a day or 2 or 3. I've tried that. I've done that. I feel better not doing it. I don't worry about intermittent fasting anymore. I used to do that, and then I would consume. I didn't like it. I didn't like trying to wait until 2 or 3 or eat 1 meal a day. I don't feel like it's ideal, especially if you're lifting hard regularly. I'm not saying it's ideal. You might like it. It's really all about your total caloric consumption and protein intake. If you want to get that within a couple meals in a time restricted window and you feel better that way and you feel great and you're performing great, your strength is going up, you're building muscle. If you're doing all those things, then you're not asking that question, right? So if you're doing something and it's working, again, if you're doing something and it's working, by all measurements, you're seeing progress, I think everyone can agree, then just keep going. Keep doing that. If there's a huge side effect, I'm doing all these things, I'm seeing progress, but this is going to be just terrible for my heart. You're taking some kind of anabolic. Well, that might be a different conversation. But if I'm not eating till 2 o'clock, I feel fantastic. I've been doing this for months and months and I feel great. Everything is doing amazing. I'm losing all this fat. You sound great. You look great. Then do that. But it's not something that's magic. Intermittent fasting, just not eating breakfast. A lot of people lose fat like that because they're eating less often, so they're not going to eat as much garbage. But a lot of people that do intermittent fasting, they just binge eat in the afternoon and the evening, and they overconsume anyway. And most people doing intermittent fasting are also eating shit. They're not eating high quality foods or have tons of inflammation, all the other problems from low quality foods. So you can still get fat on intermittent fasting. Don't get it twisted. MJ Santito. Papa Swole, why is pork always shunned for dieting? They're very lean cuts. Yeah, I think it's mostly about the low quality. Most pork is low quality. If you get, milk fed or pastured pork, you can get higher quality. I think it's also because of I think it's linoleic acid. That's higher, omega-6 or something like that. Much higher ratios in monogastric. I think chickens might be the same way with that as well. But you can get high quality pork. High quality is high quality. Understand that just most pork and chicken that you're going to find anywhere is not going to be as good for you as beef, in my experience, in my opinion. It's not about lean too. Lean cuts is like you say, oh, there's lean cuts of I eat the fatty cuts of steak. I don't give a fuck. I don't want it lean. I don't want to eat shoe leather. Tony Acereto, Papa Swole, opinion on protein shakes and beer for the weight gain that translate into heavy lifting. Beer doesn't translate into heavy lifting at all. The fuck kind of a question is this? Opinion on protein shakes and beer. Well, good quality protein, grass-fed whey protein, unflavored, no additives, no soy, no sunflower lecithins and stuff like that. Beer, weight gain doesn't mean you're going to lift heavier. You can gain a lot of fat and be weak as shit. It's about muscle mass. So beer does not help you lift heavier. I don't know who told you that. Silope, Papa Swolio, pull-ups or squats?
Matt Damon.
Pull-ups or squats? I don't know. I don't know. Are you doing back or legs, dude? Pull-ups or squats? Fuck you. 0997, Jonah, Papa Swolio, if you got cold or flu, would you still go to the gym? No. Do you still push until failure? I wouldn't be going to the gym. Are you asking me if I still train? Push, yes. I train up to and including failure sometimes, but usually I'll train to 0 RIR. But yeah, it's by most accounts, by most people's standards, it's definitely failure. I train intensely. No, if you're not well, then don't train. Your body is not well. You need to focus on why you're not well. I rarely, if ever, get sick. If I get food poisoning, I'll get sick for, it's like 20 minutes. I'll throw up and then I'm fine. I've had that. I have stories of where I'll just get like, oh my God, I'll have like a migraine. My head will just start pounding. It's because there was some mold on blueberries, or I don't know. Just something, we had sushi and it fucks me up and I puke and I'm done. I get a lot of vitamin D. I eat well. I sleep well. You're not going to get sick if you take care of yourself, bro. You know, electrolytes and hydration, staying healthy is not, I'm saying a lot of the things that keep you healthy are free, you know, going outside and getting sun. And of course, if you live in New York City or you live in one of these like cesspools, you don't have access maybe to the same kind of, you know, air quality and sunlight and stuff like that, especially if you're not at the right latitude. So I'm not saying everyone has the same access to everything, but no one does in this world. So no, if you're sick, don't train. I don't get these questions. Hey, I have a fever of 103 and I have bronchitis. Should I go to the gym? The fuck? Because plus if you're sick, you're an asshole. If you're sick and you go to the gym and you're sick and you're like coughing or sniffling, you're an asshole. You don't give a shit about it. You know, that's just rude. That's just rude. And I'm not saying you're asshole like, whoa, that person has a right to go to the gym. Nah, but if you're sick, it's like, you shouldn't be going there anyway. And of course, if you're actively viral like that, you're just putting in other people's faces and you're probably going to get someone else sick too. So it's disrespectful to like go and be like slobbering everywhere if you're not well. Now there's a difference between like, I don't feel good, right? There's a difference there. When we talk about not feeling well, how sick are you? And what I mean by that is you have a migraine, like you feel like you're nauseous and throwing up, your stomach hurts, or you have the flu. Or do you be like, I feel kind of like brain fog, like, oh, my head feels a little bit cloudy and I kind of feel like I'm dragging ass. Or you have to really know your body. Sometimes you just feel a little bit like under the weather. You want to go and like do a little cardio. You want to move a little bit. You have to be the judge of that. Sometimes you don't feel well because you're not taking care of yourself, or you can get good sleep or something. I'm not saying you should go train anyway, but maybe do some yoga or you do some mobility at home or something like that. So you have to know the difference between being sick and I'm kind of feeling like I'm dragging because I'm an asshole and I didn't get enough sleep, or I didn't eat well, or I'm not hydrated properly and I feel kind of funky. All right. Any other questions? Ball deep time. No questions. All right. That's deep. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast. So this was funny. We talked about this yesterday, and we were all kind of trolling. We haven't gone on my X account recently. So I shared this video, right? We talked about this video the last 2 days. Obviously, like we can't, like, we remember we watched this yesterday, this one, but we also watched something the day before and we're like, this can't possibly be real. So it's really, really cringe. It's very likely this guy trolling or pretending, because apparently he's only been doing it it's been like 10 days or 14 days. And it's just really, this guy looks like a masculine man. But at the same time, I thought this was funny because that's not the point. So everyone's like, is he trolling? Is this guy that's pretending to be a woman trolling? And my point is, it's always a fucking troll. So let me just read this. You have to think about this a little bit because I saw some responses on other people's videos that they posted because some other people shared this stuff. So I posted this on X account. I'm not playing the video again. Who cares? I said, this behavior is always fake. It's always fake, whether or not he's quote unquote trolling. So think about that for a second. Even though Planet Fitness does have policies like this. So he was saying, I'm going into the Planet Fitness and everything. And we were joking. And Elizabeth and I yesterday were kind of trolling back and forth because she goes and people like, I don't care. Like, you go and you train where you need to train. We were just kind of all having fun yesterday. But they do have these policies. So hopefully they don't enforce, this kind of stuff at your gym. It happened and made the news. Maybe a lot of other people like, no, we're not standing up for that. But we'll see if it ever happens again. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm sure we'll hear about it. Anyway, regardless for that. It's a huge advertisement for home gyms though, ain't it? But this guy just seems fake. It just seems like he's pretending. But my point is that everyone is pretending. Everyone that does this, not just this guy. This guy might be making a joke like, I don't really think this way, but I'm going to pretend to. But what's the difference? It's all the same. It's all a joke. It's all trolling. And that was my point. So I said, this behavior is always fake, whether or not this individual is actually trolling. Even though Planet Fitness does have policies like this, it's obvious that this guy is trolling, but isn't it always a troll? And then I kind of like added to the thread. I said, the fact that some people actually act like this and believe it is mind blowing. So whether or not the person believes it or they're faking it, my point is that's why we always cover this stuff, because it's all fake, right? It's all fake. All of it's fake, right? Mr. Tyrannical Tuck, that's fake.
There's Tiny Tuck,
fake.
Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
So that's my point. Like this guy, because like this guy, he's joking, he's trolling. Come on, man, this is fake. This is an act. It's always an act, is my point. Right? It's always an act. Whether the individual believes their delusion or not, it matters, but it doesn't. It's still the same outcome. It's a man pretending they're a woman. So I thought that was funny. It's like, it's always a troll. It's always trolling. It's always made up. It's always fake. That was my point. Okay. So anyway, let's go. We can watch this video. I shared this, but we can go cover that in a little bit. But before we get into a video, drop in the comments, number 1, number 2, or number 3. We'll pick 3 videos. We got 3 in the folder. But I asked this yesterday. I thought it was pretty interesting on X. I said, will you be watching the presidential debate? And we can call it a debate in quotes, actually, because Biden and Trump, I think that's tonight. And there's so many restrictions. Did you guys see that video where they're explaining how this debate structure will work? It's like a kindergarten video. I'm not a fucking idiot. And this is what pisses me off about these debates and how they're trying to isolate, compartmentalize, make it as protective a bubble around poor little Brandon tonight as possible. I mean, I'm going to watch tonight for a train wreck. I'm ready for him to like just shit himself on stage. But I'm a grown ass fucking man. I can watch 2 dudes talk and argue. I'm fine with that. Seriously, how fucking retarded I hate how the government, I hate how CNN, I hate how they talk to all of us like we're fucking idiots. And I guess a lot of people in this country are fucking idiots, which is why we're in this mess, which is why this guy's fucking president anyway. So I'm aware there are a lot of people that are fucking stupid. However, you have to we're going to mute the mic so that person doesn't talk. And then they're going to talk. And when their light goes on, shut the fuck up. Have a conversation. I'm a person. I've had conversations before. I know how a conversation works. Why can't you let 2 people discuss a topic? Let it go for 5 hours. If you don't want to watch, if you don't have an attention span or the ability to watch for a couple hours, then don't watch. Then you shouldn't be voting anyway. Right? If you don't have proper information on what is actually happening, I don't understand why we can't just have the conversation. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, of course, a lot of people are saying, like, hey, you should just go on Joe Rogan or a podcast, but that's the platform that it should be. It should be 2 people talking for, I don't know, a few hours. And if you're president of the United States and you can't have a 3 or 4 hour conversation, you should not be president of the United States. That should be a requirement. If you can't literally last for a couple hours and you can't have a free-flowing conversation, how the fuck? You're not really president. You're not. You're just a little puppet. Anyway, so I thought it was interesting that it's 50-50, which is kind of fucked up. I don't care. And some people are in the comments like, I'm over it. I'm over it. That's what they want. I'm over it. I'm bored. Like, I'm burnt out. I can't handle this stuff anymore. You're a pussy. You're weak. Oh my God. Oh, there's so much talk about politics in the social medias and you're burnt out. It's too much for you. Seriously, this is why we're in this mess, because you have weak people that are like, oh, I'm over it. Yeah. Cool. That's a nice cop out, dude. Cool. Yeah, keep pretending like that's going to make things better. Good stuff. Anyway, let's move on. But maybe you can't watch it. Like you're working or something. I get that. But I'm saying those types of comments that are obviously people that are like, oh, I don't care anymore. Sure. You know, you voted Biden and now you're embarrassed. You don't want to address your ego. I get you. I get you. Elizabeth says any man that can last a few hours should run for president. All right. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. We got a couple videos. Let's do it. We'll see what happens tonight. I'm going to watch because I'm expecting, or I'm interested to be amazed at how he's going to function. You know what it is? It's just, I'm fascinated. How is he going to make it through? I need to see this, bro. I need to see him actually make it through this quote unquote debate. Green Trolley. Yeah, that's right. What's that quote? That's a great quote. That's not it. Green Trolley says, quote, I don't follow politics. You should. Yeah. I mean, this is why we're in this fucking mess. Well, it's like, if you don't pay attention, you're going to be governed by stupid fucking people or something like that. If you don't follow politics, you will be, what's that quote? Is that Plato? Yeah, let me just pull that up. I guess it was Plato. I'm sure a lot of people have reread that and stuff again. Let me zoom back. This is from Goodreads. Let's see. Is that a Plato quote? And what's interesting is, like, if this is right, it's a Plato quote. They figured, look, thousands of years ago, this was already all figured out. We're not learning anything else. Oh, I don't want to make a fucking account, dude. All right. So this is one of the penalties from Plato. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Oh, God, based. So again, this is when good men do nothing. So this is what happens when good men do nothing. I think we need to have more good men. I think we need to have more people that aren't cowards, more people practicing martial arts, practicing with firearms, eating more steak, going to the fucking gym. Do any real men not lift weights? And what I mean by that, I know we have a lot of hardworking, blue collar that don't go to the gym. They're farmers and shit like that. But I'm just saying, all these libtards, they don't fucking lift. And if they lift, they don't lift heavy, or they're gay. Come on, man. It's a party made of soy boys, Democrats. You don't have actually real men that believe that shit. That are, if you're a man and you're still a part of that shit, you're not paying attention. You can't be. Or you're just a cuck. You just can't. You can't look at all that shit that the Democrat, you can't look at that and be a man and be like, that's good. That's good stuff. Open borders. That's great. Let them all in. Criminal aliens should vote. Yeah, they should be cops too. Yeah, we should do that. I'm just going to watch for the Joe pooping himself. Anyway, don't vote. Don't vote if you skip leg day. Anyway, one of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. So that's what Green Trolley was saying. What was it before? Where'd you say that? Quote unquote, I don't follow politics. Yep. That's what, I'm over it. I got a couple comments on videos like that. I'm over it. It's in the, I don't pay attention anymore. I'm over it. Yep. This is why we're being governed by retards. It's because you're over it. Oh, I don't want to do it again. Oh, it's a replay of 2020. Well, you can do better than last time then. You failed the test the first time. Now you can do better. Aren't you pissed? Aren't you angry? Aren't you frustrated that you've had your livelihood and your country stripped from you in just a few years? Aren't you angry that this fucking old bag of marbles is mumbling and stumbling and just bleeding you and your country and your grandchildren and your kids and their future just dry? It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Now, the difference is when we say pay attention and follow, people get this misconception that you need to be screaming on X all day long, or, oh my God, constantly obsessed with it and every last thing. Oh my God, this bill and that bill. And I don't internalize as like, personal. Be aware and know what's going on. That's important. Have quality information. That's important. Being able to think independently. That's fucking important. So anyone that says that, they're just ignorant and they don't want to take responsibility. I agree. Paul says apathy and helplessness. Yeah, well, that's encouraged. They want you to be apathetic. The deep state wants you to be apathetic. Democrats want you to be apathetic. I'm not saying Republicans are good either. There's a few. But it's like that's the cop out. That's the passive aggressive, like, oh, I'm apathy. Like, I don't give a fuck. They're both corrupt. They're both this. That's what a soy boy beta cuck says. Oh, they're both corrupt. Okay, then be a libertarian. Like, then there are other principles and other things that you can believe in. We're more alike than different. If you want to improve this country, what do you need? You need less crime, because you're not going to have businesses. You need small businesses. You need less crime. So you need more policing. You need all this, that, and the other. And you need the culture. You need fathers to stay in the house. You need a culture where you're going to have a strong knit family. If we do not have a stronger family and people don't have kids and you don't actually have a culture where the family unit is encouraged, we're going to keep on having more crime and more desperation and anxiety and shootings and stuff like that. We need strong fathers and strong families. And I think people also feel like they have to identify with a Democrat or a Republican. I have an American flag in my background. I'm not a Republican. I don't label myself like that. You can have conservative values. You can be more libertarian when it comes to economic policy. You can have certain beliefs on certain things. Talk about individual issues. Stop labeling one thing or another. I just don't think that's important. It's important for context. We know that like the Democratic Party is completely compromised, but the Republicans don't get stuff done either. Anyway, it's just, you don't have to create your whole identity around it, but you need to be aware. If you're not aware, you're not going to make good choices. And if you don't have knowledge, you're just going to make poor decisions, weak decisions. And this is why we're fucked right now. Okay, we pick numbers. Should we pick numbers? First one that I see, we're going with Game Train. Did you guys pick a number? Hungry Lifter number 3. Let's start there. Hungry Lifter number 3. This is called, all right. So this video I actually pulled, and it's this one account where, nothing against the principles. And it says, cooking my blue collar husband's dinner after his 15-hour shift. Hardworking dude. She's helping him out, but it's like, look at this meal. And it's like, this is what I want to talk about, because all the videos on this page are the same thing. And it's like, okay, well, blue collar worker, you may not have a lot of money. Okay, but look, there's still money being spent and time and effort. And she's quote unquote cooking, like reheating and just frying. It's nauseating, because all this person, why would you add diabetes and heart disease and all these issues? It's just, people are going to make any kind of excuses like, yeah, well, not everyone has money for this and money for that. And it's just things that they tell themselves to justify eating garbage. You'll see what's done here. If you could buy fast food, you could buy ground beef. You just can. And a lot of times you'll get much more food and you'll get much more, right? How much is a Happy Meal? Or not a fucking Happy Meal, but you go to McDonald's, what are you spending? Let's say you're going to get food at McDonald's, right? You're getting a drink, you're getting a side, you're getting a burger, you're getting whatever. People are going to be spending, what do you think the minimum is? One person goes to McDonald's and you get like a meal at minimum or whatever. $10, $15 easily. I don't know, but probably $15 plus tax, plus, I don't know, environmental surcharge, whatever the fuck it is now. Climate change upcharge, whatever it is. What do you think? What would it be? Some of you probably know more, definitely know more than I do, or more recently. 10, 15 bucks minimum. All right, check this out. So 10, 15 bucks, let's say you're not getting grass-fed and finished beef. $2.99, $3.99 for a pound of ground beef, $5.99, $6.99. You're getting 1 to 2 pounds easily. Elizabeth says at least $30 for 2 meals. Jesus, more than I was even. Loretta says up here it's $12 plus tax. So, right, 15 bucks about. Let's just say $15. Okay, that's okay. Just watch this. So I'm just going to pause it for a second. So she has a pan with oil in it. I'm sure it's Crisco or who the fuck knows. And she's putting in, she's taking a burger from McDonald's or a cheeseburger, whatever, and putting it in like the fried oil. It's already like fried, and she's putting fries in the fried pan. And that pan looks burnt. It's all just, okay, just see. She's frying fries and then bacon from McDonald's. Like, does she think she's cooking? And then she puts an egg in there. It's like, you could have left out the rest. And just tons of straight table salt, which is terrible. I don't even know what that is. I can't see it. I can't believe how much salt. She put that on top of McDonald's fries and burger. Extra salt. Yeah, it's bad. If you're just listening, it's bad. It's as bad as it sounds. Okay. Bussin'. No, that's not bussin'. That's disgusting. He must have an epic health insurance policy, right? Life insurance. Yeah, Loretta says she got big life insurance on him. Yeah, Riley just posted, Matt just posted 2 ribeyes. Thank you, dude. Posting ribeyes. Nicole, I hope this is just a skit and not her poor husband's real dinner. Well, I wonder if it's like, I thought about, okay, this is what they didn't eat, and she's showing that and throwing it out. I doubt it. This is every video. Every video is like this. Every video is like this. Every fucking video, people. I took this one because it was like 20 million views, but she has all of them. Her entire profile is this. Every video is this. It's disgusting. So what's my point? $15. Let's say that's 15 bucks. Whatever was in there, or I'm sure there's more food, and it looks like it's leftovers, right? She buy that and then refry it. I don't know. Leftovers from yesterday. Who knows? 10, 15 bucks. You guys know you can get 2 or 3 pounds of ground beef. I'm not even talking grass-fed and finished. Maybe it's not finished, but it's grass-fed. $5 at Aldi's. $6, whatever it is. Point is, she had an egg. I'm just saying, look, she knows that eggs exist. She cracked an egg in there. She knows how to cook an egg. I mean, she doesn't know how to cook an egg, but she knows an egg can be cooked. All right. And looking at that, it was disgusting, but she has minimum fundamental competency with a stove. She knows how to turn it on. She put something in there. Oil, not a good idea, but all right. Like, she knows how to heat something up on a pan. Not well, not the right stuff, not the right materials. But point is, all that money that was spent on that, you know that could have been 2 pounds of ground beef. Yeah? You guys agree? This is what I'm talking about. Food is so expensive. What are you eating? You're eating food. Papa Swole, I only have $20 to cook, $20 for a meal, or $15 for food every day, or $10. Then you better stretch that out you better get the most out of it. You're not trying to fill your stomach up. You want to get nutrition. So what do? I've always said you go to the butcher and you ask for, maybe cuts or packs of beef or anything that might be discounted because it's not selling as quickly, like maybe closer to expiring. You're just trying to save money and put it in my deep freezer and blah, blah, blah. You could find stuff 50% off. I've told you, a lot of you have gone and you actually ask and they're like, oh yeah, let's check this out. And they put a 50% off sticker because they're going to throw it out anyway. So they're just like, fuck it, we'll help this person. And it's not a help though. Like, that's why you have buy one, get one, or buy two, get one free. It's because they have too much stock and they need to move it. So they run a sale. That way they don't take too much of a loss. But if you ask, they might have meat that's going to be expiring in 3 days. They can't put that out for sale because no one's going to buy it in time. So they're just going to dump it, or an employee is going to take it. And if they can sell it to you for 50% off, fuck it. They make $50 and you get 30 pounds of meat or whatever the hell. Anyway, this is gross. And salt's not bad for you, but table salt is terrible. Anyway, gnarly, right? It's gnarly. So this is my point. It's not that, if you're trying to get organic avocados or organic blueberries fresh, you might pay $7.99 for a small container. I'm not saying you have to buy that. Because there's atrazine and glyphosate and all this other stuff, but that might be the next phase of you paying attention, right? I'm not saying you have to jump all the way to that. Maybe you're probably on a budget. We're all on a budget to some extent, but if you have more limitations, then just go the next layer down. Look for specials. Look for discounts. Get cheaper cuts of meat. Ground beef is going to be less than ribeye. You might spend $30 on a pound for a ribeye, but you might be able to get $8 for ground beef. Get the fucking ground beef. Buy some liver. Go to the butcher. Have them mix it in so you have liver, more nutritious food. As much as beef liver is so nutritious, most people don't eat that. So butchers that get the cow and they might sell it on a discount, people might not buy it. They might throw some in there. Hey, can you grind in some liver? Sure. Whatever. Okay. If you guys ever have some more, beef heart stew for the win. So then you might have cheaper cuts of meat, like beef heart, so nutritious, but you're probably it's not going to be as expensive as ribeye. So you can get these things, make a stew and season it so it tastes better, not as gamey if you're new and eating organ meats. There's so many recipes out there. Nuntana, what's going on? We got ground meat for $1.85 per pound the other day after a big holiday, and it was grass-fed. This is what's going to happen with 4th of July. I was going to go get some more ribeyes and order, and it was sold out. I'm like, oh, shit. And then I realized, it's 4th of July. People probably stocked up. I'm like, okay, I'll wait until 2 weeks. And then there's going to be discounts or there's going to be extra because they're doing so many sales, whatever. But you're going to see a lot of that after. This is the perfect time. Right after 4th of July, they bought all these steaks and they didn't sell them all. You're going to see a lot of buy one, get one or stuff like that with meat. And again, ask. Because again, if they have all this extra meat and they know they're going to put it out, they only have so much space out front, and it's going to expire in 3 days. They're not necessarily going to put it all out front and then have to remove it all. So you don't know what they have back there. I'll go to Publix, and this is great for Publix. You like watermelon? They only put out a couple. Watermelons are huge, especially when they're in season. I go there and be like, hey, can you bring me two, the 3 big watermelons from the back? They go in the back with a shopping cart and they just bring out this. They have tons. Maybe the person that's there that puts them out didn't see it yet. Maybe the assistant manager in the produce department didn't notice it and restock yet. Maybe they do it at 4:00 and you're there at 10. Just go and ask. They'll go in the back and they'll be like, here, boom. And they take 2 from the big massive bin of 150 fucking watermelons in their deep freeze or whatever. People just don't ask. Okay. Nicole sings songs, and Nicole also says straight up fucking no cap facts. Healthy food is not as expensive as people think. And anyway, most people have no problem wasting $7 on a bag of chips or a pint of ice cream. You should invest in your health because meds are expensive. Agreed. Look, it's going to be more expensive now or more expensive in the future. And it's more expensive because your quality of life is going to be gone. So not only are meds expensive, but your life ending prematurely or you being incapacitated for the last 15 years of your life. Who cares if you're living to 100, if from 70 to 100 you're wheeled around like a corpse. So make sure you can function. Better to go at 80 or 90 and be mobile until the end and enjoy your movement and being a human being. Yeah, people are embarrassed. Paul says asking, what a concept. But I think people are embarrassed. Like, hey, you don't have to ask in the sense of like, hey, can I get some charity? Do you have anything cheaper? It's like, hey, no, like, hey man, I appreciate it. I'm trying to save some money. I'm trying to fill up my deep freezer, and I was wondering if you have any specials or maybe some, some surplus meat you guys bought too much or it's going to expire soon because I feed it to my dogs and whatever. Like, do you guys have anything like good deals or something I can get in bulk from the back? And they're like, oh yeah, hold on a second, let me check. Like, hey man, we got something. John's going to bring it out. He's got maybe a box, and they wheels out a cart and like, hey man, take what you want. I've had that happen. I've done it before. I promise you. They've pushed out because I was looking for grass-fed beef and there wasn't anything there, or there's a few there. And I asked them, and the guy literally wheeled out a shopping cart around from the side, like the flapping doors by the meat area. Cause they did like fish and stuff, but they were the ones that also put out the meat, pushed out a cart and it just had like tags on it. And he's like, yeah, take what you want. I was like, really? Like, I can take all of it? And the guy's like, sure, just push the cart. So I pushed the cart. I got like 40 or 50 pounds of beef, and it was like 150. Like, the guy marked like 75% off or whatever. He's like, hold on a second. And he went back inside, he went like on a few, and he's like, just, they could run them all as the same. Or he printed out, like, he looked at like how many there were and like printed out like a, where they like slice the meat and stuff. Now, it wasn't the deli, but you know what I mean? They print out the thing from where they would like how many pounds of fish you got or whatever it was. Yeah. And then the worst thing they can have is like, no, man, we don't have anything. Like, cool. Appreciate it. You're doing them a favor. If you're taking all this stuff, you're actually doing them a favor. Okay. So that was gross. That being said, let's do the next one. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Let's go Cerny. Number 1, being fat is not bad. Cerny.
What's in the box?
Tada Karnar, Lassie. Tada Karnar with you.
Literally none of my health statistics have changed since being the weight I was before versus now, except the number on the scale, except the amount of fat on my body.
Yeah.
But in terms of cholesterol, blood pressure, none of it has changed.
Oh my God. You can temporarily keep the same things when you have like, you gain 15 pounds of fat, the scale went up, but everything else is temporarily normal as a snapshot in your life. Wow. Anyone that does blood work knows that depending on what you're studying and what you're looking at varies based on what you eat, what your general nutrition is like, what time of day it is. Your blood work will look different throughout the day based on when you went, whether you ate or not, whether you trained the day before, like your hormones are going to be all over the place, right? You train the day before, your testosterone might be lower, things like that happen. And again, Matt says she's also in her 20s, give it 2 decades. Again, people underestimate how much damage your body can withstand. You might be fine. Hey, I eat McDonald's every day and I go like, look at my booty, look at my flat stomach. You're 20. You've only exposed your body to like garbage shit for 5 years. You moved out of the house when you're, in college and you're eating shit. Okay. Why do you think people gain the freshman 15? Or now it's like the freshman 30. It's because people go to college, never sleep, eat garbage, drink all the time, and they get fat. The freshman 15. You just got fat. It's not the freshman 15. You're fat. You got fat because you eat like shit. You're drinking. It's just like anything else. You can gain when you're 30, you gain 15 pounds the same way. If I went out just binge drinking every night, I'd gain weight too. I gain fat too. It's just the freshman 15. It's just you are eating shit and you're leaving the house. Again, another reason why we shouldn't be sending kids across the fucking country to go to school, and the breaking apart of the family and getting indoctrinated in these liberal, brainwashing government institutions, private schools included, government loans and grants and gender studies degrees and shit that's adding no value to our society rather than having families and raising the next generation of children. All straight facts. Overwhelmingly. But yeah, and then you maintain those habits and then you have diabetes when you're 45 and like, whoa, I'm getting older. No, you're just always been fat. You just now manifesting the downsides of your poor habits. It doesn't manifest immediately. If you eat like crap in your 20s, you're not necessarily going to have diabetes when you're 30. It might be 40 or 50.
None of it. I know it'll be such a shock to everyone. Oh my God, but fat people are so unhealthy. No.
Yeah, they are. This is what retarded looks like. This is what it looks like.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
This is what it looks like. Oh my God, everyone fat is bad healthy. It is very bad for you. Again, let's see when you have a wrinkle on your forehead, for God's sake. This chick's got more Botox than Mike O'Hearn. All right.
None of it has changed. Actually, the only thing that has changed is I actually have less energy now than when I was bigger. Because I'm on a fucking diet all the time and I don't eat as much because I'm always trying to fucking lose weight. And surprisingly, eating in a calorie deficit for years on end makes you not have as much energy. It makes you tired all the time. It is not all fucking rainbows. But hey, people are fucking nicer to me now, so there's that.
Okay, you don't lift weights, you're not mentally healthy, you don't take care of yourself. I don't know what diet you say, but anytime someone says I'm on a diet, you know that they're eating like shit. And when I say that, I don't mean that they're actually not counting their calories or not trying or whatever or measuring. If you're doing a diet, you're not eating properly. You're not going down to first principles. You're not understanding how these foods work for your body. You're not doing, and I say elimination diet, but that's a process. In other words, the elimination diet is what you're going to be on for the rest of your life, because you're customizing and you're individualizing from day one into the future. I'm still on my elimination diet. There are still foods I don't eat. It's not because I'm like, I'm restricted, I want the pizza, no. Bzz, and I shock myself. Oh my God, I have cravings all the time. No, I don't want it. I'm hungry for my foods. I eat it. I figured out what I like, the taste profiles I like, the foods that work best for me, and I'm still tweaking, I'm still adjusting. Okay, so I'm still on an elimination diet. It's just what I grew from an elimination diet. So let's say an elimination diet is, you take your flower box, right? You're planting, gardening, you got the soil down, or you have it dug out, whatever. And then you plant the seeds and you plant the plants and you cover them and then it grows. That's your elimination. And then as it grows, and then maybe you trim, and then maybe you cut this out, and then you adjust this, you add something else, you take out that plant, you add a different one because it gets more sun there. It's just frustrating when you have someone who's just like not being an honest broker, or they're stupid. And it's like, oh God, why is this out there on the internet? Hashtag Gain Train for a chance to win today's Swole card. The Tainty Man. Very good. We're getting a little taint there. We're getting a little bit, kind of. It's like the back end, kind of underside of his taint. So respect. And of course, we do have the church, and she's pretty much in the standard position there. Right, baby girl? I see you, Churchy. Look at that booty. Look at that booty. It's a sexy beach. All right. Hashtag Gain Train for a chance to win the Swole card today. Let's get into body positivity for black women, for fat black women. This is a shorter one, so we're going to do it.
Nope, it's not a movement for everyone. The body positive movement is a movement created by fat black women for fat black women and other marginalized bodies. Thin people are not marginalized. Stop co-opting it.
No, body positivity was taken over by Marxists. Body positivity is for burn victims and amputees.
Loud noises!
You is a stupid person. And of course, she's a liberal white woman that hates herself because, I don't know, just the virtue signaling. I'm so bad. It's for black women. Get away. Okay, white woman, shut the fuck up. You're the reason why this country's sliding into the fucking oceans. Okay. Oh, man. Send me to Mars. I'm ready to go, Elon. I'm ready to go. Last one.
What's in the box?
We're going to follow it off. 9 seconds. I'm excited. That's the only reason why we're doing this, because it's 9 fucking seconds. So it's called promoting obesity. Definitely don't promote those glasses. My goodness.
Am I promoting obesity, or is my body joy and acceptance threatening to your thin privilege, which is where you primarily get your sense of worthiness from?
Is my body joy? Is that what she calls masturbation? Body joy? I've never had body joy. That's fucking weird. So you're deranged. You're obsessed with the way you're obsessed with the way your body looks. If you're getting body joy, you're getting no dick. you've never been fucked. You might have had sex before, but you've never been fucked. She's never been fucked. Never. She might have had sex before, but she's never been fucked. And she's in desperate need. And I am not volunteering. Because that kind of attachment afterwards is not going to be comfortable. It will absolutely, it will not be a good thing.
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
Oh, God. So anyway, my body joy and acceptance threatening to your thin privilege. I'm going to give you something at the end here that you're not going to like. And it's not a dick. Which is where you primarily get your sense of worthiness from. Well, I don't get my sense of worthiness from being thin. I'm fit. Yes, I do have improved worth because I take care of my health objectively. On a social status, absolutely. I have a higher sense of worth for myself. I'm self-confidence, but also socially, you're better in the market. You're better functioning as a human being. You're a better potential mate for someone else. You're more capable, and you're more capable by evidence of the way you look. You're able to be disciplined. You're able to be consistent. And that's what you exude when you take care of your health. You show people that you could be consistent and disciplined and put in hard work and overcome and relentlessly do this over and over again for decades. That's what you show people. So you can say, it's just how you look. It's more than that. It's very much your resume. I'm not saying you have to look, I'm not saying you have to have long hair like me. You're not going to look like anyone but you. My point is that your self-worth is going to be improved because you are respecting yourself and you're investing in yourself. Delayed gratification, again, discipline, consistency, scheduling, prioritization. So when you said, which is where you primarily get your sense of worthiness from. Now, this person is projecting her own insecurity because she has no self-worth, because she is trying to justify being obese or justify obesity to people. So yes, she is obviously not necessarily, is she promoting obesity? That's just gaslighting. She's definitely saying it's okay to be fat and that everyone's the same regardless of whether or not you work out. If you work out, it's because you hate yourself and you are obsessed with your body, which is irrational, which makes you an other and a mean person to me. So don't tell me what to do with my body. It's just, you're objectively wrong. You're a weak individual. And there are some objective truths, right? Morality, trashing your body, eating garbage, drinking all the time, being a fat fuck, promoting being a victim. That's not morally, that's morally contemptible. Like that is not, you don't have any morals. You don't have respect for your body. You don't have self-love. You're lying to yourself, but you can't lie to anyone that does actually take care of themselves because we can see right through that shit. It's like tracing paper. You know, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. If you're taking better care of your health, you're absolutely going to be of greater value to society. You're less of a burden on the system. You are going to be more productive. You are going to be a better influence to people around you. It's just the facts. Okie dokie. And again, I'm not saying everyone has to be 7% body fat. My point is, when you are investing in your family and your community and yourself, and you're setting a good example for people around you, you're spending time with better people, and more people are spending time with better people, and more people have stronger units and communities of those people that spend time, right? Rising tides raise all ships. And that's, tides are going down right now. That's the problem. Let's see here. Guys, let's do a throwback. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. I just don't want to choose. They all look like horrible and scary. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Throwback time. Matt says number 2, so we're going with it. This just is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
Alyssa, and I'm your Orthodox Jewish plus-size mom friend.
Did we do that one? Orthodox Jewish plus size. I feel like we did that one already. I want to hear it. We'll do number 2, this one. I think we did that one already. Let's remove that. Dun, 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 dun. Making some gains. Here we go. Throwback.
I just don't understand why people can't comprehend that this is my normal body.
You're not normal.
This poor thing. She's just so delusional. What does that mean? This is my normal body.
The world may never know.
I am classified as obese.
We know.
I have had problems with eating disorders in the past.
And you still do.
I eat pretty well. I've been a vegetarian since the age of 10.
There you fucking shit, fucking fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, cunt, fuck, bitch. Eat some fucking steak. Go carnivore. This chick goes carnivore and exercises every day. Weight's gone. She just goes to grass, just beef, just gone. It's gonna melt. She's gonna melt.
Sure, there are days that I overeat, and there's also days that
Oh shit. You don't say. Sure, there's days I overeat. Yeah, all of them. It's not about days that you overeat and undereat. Overall, you're overeating. Oh my God. What do we do? What do we do from here, fam? Where do we go? Where do we go? There's nowhere to go. I mean, you heard it there first. That was great. That was a great edit. That was a great edit. Yeah, you eat well. You know, sometimes I overeat. You don't say. You're obese. Look, people are getting love and attention that they desperately crave on social media and in real life from this bullshit body positivity, Marxist hijacking of being a victim. Everyone else is wrong. My body is beautiful. Body positivity. Every corporation that institutes fat models has been tanking, right? Every single company that promotes that shit, sales have gone down. Every single one. Victoria's Secret went back to hot girls because guess what? Women want to look like that. You don't want to be like, oh, look at that whale in a bikini. I can't wait to look like her. So I'm going to buy the same one. That's fucking stupid. Okay. People don't want to look unhealthy. People don't want to look crazily inflamed. And I forget where the quote came from. I saw it on Twitter or something yesterday or whatever it was. And God, who said that? I think it was a comedian. Fuck, I don't know where it was. I think it was a picture and it said, rich people have Ozempic and poor people have body positivity. And that's really what it is, right? You see all the people that have money or are middle class or, you know, have the expendable income or they train, they exercise, they eat better, they're not fat or they don't pretend to, you know, they lose it. Because if you have the choice to not be fat, everyone's going to choose to not be obese. Everyone's going to choose. Maybe there's one or two people that have such a big following. That's my identity. I can't do that. They really are sucking on the Kool-Aid. That's fine. But if you're wealthy, you're doing Ozempic. You're losing the fucking fat. And if you're poor, well, it's everyone else is oppressing me. No, you're oppressing yourself. You're oppressing yourself. You're oppressing yourself. You are just keeping yourself down and you're trying to drag everyone else down with you, but we're not buying it. Don't do fat things. If you want to keep your following, then that's on you, but you're not fooling anyone. It's not healthy to be obese. And man, this is going to play out poorly in the next couple decades because everyone's going to just fucking drop dead. Anyway, we got the Tainty Man and he was sleeping and he was making some, yeah, he's sleeping. He's kicking. He's running. Go get that beef, buddy. Go get that beef. Yeah. Look at him run. Look at him twitch. Yeah. Get that squirrel, bro. Get that squirrel. Get it. Yeah. Ruff. Ruff. Yeah, go to the fucking gym. All right, swole card time. Let's give it away. Game Train, Falcon. Take it away. My sweet, sweet Tainty Man. Oh, we got a winner. Game Train. Game Train. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I think we need to bust out. I think we need to do it again. We got to do it again. We got to roll the dice again. We can't do this. We can't do this. Should I show you? No. I think we have to roll the dice again. No. All right. I think we got to roll the dice again. All right, fine. We'll give it. Swole Sama, hashtag Gain Train. Congratulations. All right. Let's not belabor it. We could have rolled the dice again, but yeah. All right. Well, just this once. Swole Sama, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swole card 2974. Your mailing address in the body of the email. Everyone says it's rigged. It's absolutely fucking rigged. It's rigged. This fucking clown, this fucking guy, damn it. You know how bad I wanted to just be like, oh, we didn't land on anyone. We didn't land on anyone. Let's keep on. Yeah. I thought about it. All right. We'll let this slide. We'll let this one slide. All right. So congratulations on your Swole card victory. Make sure you send me that. You want to PayPal me? Oh, are we still live? Oh, take that back. Take that back. Nope. I didn't say that live. I forgot. No. Shh. Between you and me. Yeah, got it. All right. So send us that email and let's see what we got here. Fam, make sure you go and check out swolenormousx.com again. We are working furious work on the app so we can get it released sooner rather than later. Tomorrow it's Friday. We have an overtime segment. We're probably going to have an extra throwback because we did a brand new DWG last week. So stay tuned for that. The next DWG will likely be the following week, but we're going to have extra throwbacks and shit like that and maybe some other news and stuff like that. But we always have an overtime segment regardless. So tomorrow after live stream, we do have overtime. It's going to be fire. And we can also probably do some recap on the presidential debate maybe, and that'd be interesting. So fam, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. 2974 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow for 2975 plus overtime. It's going to be lit. And let's see, 20% off papaswolio.com. It's going to be fire. Enjoy the card, Matt. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element. No